Give me the next several minutes and I'm going to walk you through the high ticket funnel that I run alongside of my ecosystem for several 7 and 8 figure business owners. And this is actually the ad strategy that earned a lot of them their first and second 2 Comma Club awards. And so we're actually going to go here just so that I can give you guys a really good overall view of what this actually looks like. Okay. So I'm going to walk you guys through this, but this is what it actually looks like. Okay. Now there's another layer that I'm going to talk about here in the next couple of minutes, because this is kind of like the basic setting. But what we actually do, I keep saying we, it's me. What we're going to do is we're actually going to run cold traffic. Okay. Now, lately, there's been a lot of talk about, should we use the AI targeting? Should we use broad targeting? Should we use open targeting? Like, what kind of targeting should you use? Well, here's the way that I think about it. Actually, I'm going to share my screen just so that you guys can kind of get an idea of the targeting and why I use certain targetings in certain situations. Okay, so let's actually talk about targeting. And so this is the way that I actually look at it. And it doesn't matter whether someone has a high ticket, low ticket. I'm looking at things kind of like a totem pole. Okay. Now, whenever I want to validate an offer, I am starting with tight targeting. Okay. Because if we don't have any pixel data, we want to make sure that Facebook is going to put it in front of the right audience, because as soon as I validate the offer, then I've got some room to be able to go more broad. And so tight targeting looks like something like I would go broad. So I would start with a broad targeting option like fitness, right? Let's say you're a fitness coach, okay? If I'm going to do tight targeting, I'm going to do a layered technique where layer 1 is going to be a broad interest like fitness. The second layer is going to be something like broad targeted, which is going to be probably something like keto. It could be like weightlifting. And so you see how I've gone broad, and then I'm going to layer it again with some broad targeted. And then last, I'm going to layer it with what are some of the activities that some of these people are doing. And so I'm doing a triple layer so that I can get as close to, as Joel Irway would say, the conversion hole as possible. Okay. So once I've gotten results here and some data, I can start to broaden my audience, right? Because I want to give Facebook room. I don't want to give Facebook too much room whenever I'm first starting, because I want to ensure that my offer is put in front of the right person so I could hurry up and validate it, right? Because if you start broad, your Facebook's going to have way too much data to try to figure out, like, who is this for? We want to get it in front of our known audience. But once we do that, then I do something that's broad targeted. So that's where I'm going to loosen up on my layers. And instead of doing a triple layer, I'm going to go broad targeted. And so I'm probably going to do something like weightlifting, or I'm going to do something like the keto diet or something like that that's broad targeted. Okay. Now from broad targeted, then I'm going to go completely broad. Okay. So now I'm just going to target people in the fitness space. Now that I've gotten more leads in, more pixel data, then I'm going to go open. And I'm also going to split test completely open with Facebook's AI targeting. Okay, so that's what the targeting looks like. And that's kind of like, I felt like it would be a disservice if I didn't go over kind of like the different targeting levels. So if we're going to go back to this, so that's how I'm targeting. Now, for power content, I always stay on tight targeting because video view campaigns cost pennies. And so I'm always going to leave the power content going to tight targeting. Okay, now for the actual funnel. Now, funnels are getting like in my world, we're making them smaller and smaller. And so as far as the ad goes, I'm using 2 different types of ads. One, I am testing Joel Irway's power offer. I'm doing the expanded power offer, but I'm doing it with a video. Okay. Now, the other video ad that I'm running is I'm also doing Cole Gordon's 5-minute VSL ad. So I'm actually running the 5-minute VSL as an actual ad. Now, one of the things that I think I need to point out and be completely transparent, this is for a B2B offer. okay? A lot of times we can get away with running these for fitness offers, but for the most part, excluding the whole fitness thing, for the most part, these are typically B2B offers, okay? So I'm just running the power offer ad as a conversion campaign that's optimized for submit applications. That's all we're doing is we're going power offer video ad or the VSL ad, and we're going straight to application. So the only funnel that we're typically using is just an application page. And by the way, a lot of my clients just use Calendly, okay? So once the pixel fires here, we're going to fire something that I call the Hot 7, which is basically 7 ads that are built to convert. These are testimonials. These are case studies. These are evidence-based content. Like, why did people click on the ad but not move forward? That's what that Hot 7 sequence is for. By the way, if you drop me a line below this video, I will walk you through my personal way that I actually do that Hot 7. My free gift for you for watching this video, and just to say thank you. And I know that video is going to help a lot of people, as I hope that this video is getting a lot of help. And as a matter of fact, if you are watching this video, before I get into the next part, can you do me a favor? Can you drop me a comment below? Tell me what your biggest aha moment is. Maybe ask me a question. It'll help the algorithm find more people just like you, and it just helps me out a lot. Okay, so if you appreciate the value, just take a minute and please just drop me a comment below, and we can get this video shown in front of more people. So what do we do? Like, we have to next identify, like, where are the black holes in this funnel? So for fun, I'm going to make this a black hole. Let's see, there we go. So the first black hole is we're going to have people who are watching the ads, right? And they're not going to click on the button. Maybe, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a great fit. If they're watching 95% of this video, they are a good fit. And so what I'm going to do is, instead of just forgetting about them, I'm going to send them to power content. Okay. Now for the people who are hitting the application page, but they're not moving forward, that's the second black hole. Okay. So that is where we're going to send the Hot 7. Now there's an additional strategy. I told you guys there was going to be another strategy here. And so this is actually my favorite, and yet it is the forgotten strategy. Most people don't think to do this, and I'm going to tell you why I think that this is super important, okay? Now, it doesn't matter whether people have watched my power content, whether they have watched my VSL video, or whether they have clicked on the application. What I do is I post any type of post that I'm doing on my business page, whether it is a lifestyle post that has no CTA, because I want to stay in front of my audience at all times. If you're watching this video, likely you have seen my ads. I am everywhere. You click anywhere in my funnel, you watch any of my videos, you will get retargeted. But right now, if you're like, oh crap, that sounds awful, it's already too late. You're already pixeled in this video. But anyway, I like to do any type of post that I'm doing on my business page. It could be lifestyle, it could be personal, it could be business related. I am boosting it because I want my audience to start seeing me everywhere. And I am patient. This strategy, this is pretty much my entire ecosystem. Now, depending on what type of funnel you have or what your offer is, it could look a little bit different. But for the most part, everyone's going to run cold traffic to power content. Everyone's going to run cold traffic to an offer. And of course, we're going to have all of those lovely retargeting ads. Okay. Now there's one retargeting ad. Okay. If you're still watching this, I'm going to give you a bonus strategy. Okay. One of the things that has been responsible for 30 to 40 times the return on ad spend within the first 30 days. Okay. This is one of my favorite, my latest favorite. That scared me. There was something outside my office that just made a loud pow. But anyway, if people are clicking on the application, there are Reels video ads that I call conversion multipliers. Now, why do I call them conversion multipliers? Well, it actually fills in this black hole. And instead of people booking a call, like what these Hot 7 ads are built to do, these, however, are built to get messenger conversations. So let's say you have a free resource, which, by the way, this entire strategy is laid out in my brand new book, Super Duper Profitable Ads. got all the scripts for power content, got all the scripts for these conversion multipliers. You can get it right here in Super Duper Profitable Ads. Just search for it on Amazon. But what these are actually built to do is to get people to raise their hand, say, hey, I want that free resource. But what it's really built to do is get a conversation, right? Because if people aren't going to the application page has some friction, right? They have to fill out an application, they have to book time on the calendar. Whereas with these conversion multipliers, there's no friction. They literally raise their hand, you have a conversation in Messenger, then boom, you could either qualify them, you could give them something for free. But at the end of the day, this entire ecosystem is built to nurture your audience. Because here's the thing, guys. Sales processes have gotten longer. As a matter of fact, the average sales cycle is 62 to 67 days. A lot of people give up on ads like after 14 days, or, you know, a lot of people only put in email sequences for a certain amount of time when average buying cycle 62 to 67 days. I'm going to tell you this. The people who stay in front of their audience the longest are going to win. And this ecosystem strategy right here is a very budget-friendly way in order to stay in front of your audience. Like, as a matter of fact, these power content ads, we run them for $5. These we run at $10 a day. Now, depending on scale, right? I have people who are running this funnel at 7 figures and they are spending $50,000, $60,000 every single month. But you can run this for cheaper than $1,000 a month if you're just starting. So this is by far, other than my $5 ad strategy, this is the cheapest way to run my ecosystem if you're selling high ticket and you want to book more calls. If you guys got a lot of value out of this, please, please, please leave me a comment. Leave me some love. Tell me that you loved it. Or if you're a hater, yeah, haters gonna hate. Drop me a comment of hate below. I don't care. It's the algorithm and it's gonna just make my video get seen in front of more people. So anyway, I appreciate all of you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys on the next one.